Hi, my name is Johann. I'm 28 years old, and I'm from Germany. I've always had a passion for learning languages. A few years ago, I successfully learned French, and now I've decided to take on a new challenge: learning English in just 1 month. Why such a short time frame? Because I believe that with focus, the right strategies, and determination, you can make remarkable progress in a short amount of time. I want to share my story with you and take you through the steps I'm using to learn English. In this video, we'll talk about the 4 key skills for learning any language: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. I'll explain how I'm approaching each one, why listening is the most important, and I'll also share some tips that have helped me. So, every language learner knows there are 4 main skills you need to work on: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Each one plays a unique role in building your language proficiency. For me, listening is the most important skill to focus on when starting out. Why? Because it's the foundation of communication. By listening, you're not only learning how words are pronounced but also how sentences are structured and used in real-life conversations. Once you have a good base in listening, the other skills become easier to develop. When I learned French, I spent hours listening to podcasts and watching French movies and documentaries. That's the same approach I'm taking with English. I've been watching English TV shows and listening to podcasts designed for English learners. At first, I used subtitles to understand the dialogue, but after a few days, I challenged myself to turn them off. Here's what's been working for me. Focus on the big picture. Instead of understanding every single word, I listen for the main idea. It's okay to miss some details. Repeat what you hear. Sometimes, I pause a video or podcast and repeat what the speaker says. It helps me practice pronunciation and rhythm. Immerse yourself. I've started listening to English stories and even set my phone's language to English. These small changes help me stay in the learning mindset all day. Speaking can be intimidating, but it's also one of the most rewarding parts of learning a language. When I started learning French, I was scared of making mistakes. But I quickly realized that mistakes are just steps on the path to improvement. For English, I've been using a few strategies to boost my confidence. Self-talk. I've made it a habit to talk to myself in English every morning. I describe what I'm doing, what my plans are, or even what I'm feeling. It's a great way to practice forming sentences without pressure. Find a partner. I joined a language exchange app and found a partner who's learning French. We've agreed to spend half our time speaking in English and the other half in French. It's been so helpful. Practice dialogues. I've created simple conversations for myself, like ordering coffee or introducing myself. Then I practice these dialogues out loud. Reading is one of my favorite ways to learn new vocabulary and understand how sentences are structured. For English, I've started with short and simple materials. Children's books. They're perfect for beginners because they use simple language and often include pictures to help with understanding. Online articles. I search for topics I'm interested in, like travel or cooking, and read short blog posts about them. Highlighting new words. Whenever I find a word I don't know, I highlight it and look it up later. I try to use that word in a sentence the same day so I don't forget it. Start simple. I began with children's books and short stories. They're easy to understand and often include illustrations that help with context. Over time, I moved on to more challenging materials like news articles and novels. Daily habit. I set aside 15 minutes every day to read in English. Whether it's an online article, a blog post, or a chapter from a book, this consistent practice has been key. Another effective method is reading along with audiobooks. It helps me connect the pronunciation of words with their written forms. Writing is a skill I struggled with when learning French, so I'm making it a priority in my English journey. Writing helps me organize my thoughts and reinforce what I've learned. Here's what I've been doing. Daily journaling. Every night, I write a few sentences about my day in English. Even if it's simple, it helps me practice forming sentences. Emails and messages. I've started writing short emails and text messages in English to friends who can understand it. Social media. I try commenting on English posts or joining discussions in online forums. Creative writing. Sometimes I write short stories or dialogues. It's a fun way to experiment with vocabulary and expressions. To wrap up, I want to share some tips that I've found incredibly helpful during my language learning journey. Be confident. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn. Build vocabulary. Learn new words in context. For example, if you're reading a recipe, focus on cooking-related words. Find a practice partner, whether it's a friend, tutor, or a language exchange partner. Practicing with someone makes a big difference. Engage in English activities, join online forums, participate in social media challenges, or watch live streams in English. Stay consistent. Even 15 minutes a day can lead to big improvements over time. Thank you for joining me on my journey to learn English in a month. I hope my story and tips inspire you to take the first step, or the next step, in your own language learning journey. Remember, progress comes with consistency and confidence. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for more tips, strategies, and inspiring stories. Together, we can achieve our language goals. See you in the next video.